So, before we start, let me introduce myself properly. My name is Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, ruler, strategist, and apparently history's favorite rumor. People have been talking about me for over 2,000 years. Most of them never asked what I actually thought. So let's do something different. Imagine this is a conversation, a podcast. No scrolls, no marble statues, just me. Finally answering the questions people keep asking, because there are a lot of them, and they usually start the same way. So, Cleopatra, were you really that dangerous? Let's slow down. Before we get to that, you should know who I actually was. I wasn't born into chaos. I was born into responsibility. Egypt wasn't a fairy tale. It was politics, debt, alliances, pressure. I grew up learning languages, not dances. I learned how money moves, how fear works, how loyalty disappears the moment power shifts. That shapes a person. So when people later say I used powerful men, I always smile. Because the truth is, I spent my entire life surrounded by powerful men. You don't survive that by being naive. Which brings us to the question everyone loves. Did you seduce Julius Caesar? Short answer, no. Long answer, I negotiated with him. I listened more than I spoke. I understood what he wanted before he finished the sentence. That's not seduction. That's awareness. Caesar didn't fall for beauty. He respected leverage. Rome respected advantage. And I was an advantage. Another question people ask a lot. Did you really love Mark Antony? Here's the honest version. We didn't fall into romance. We walked into partnership. He understood risk. I understood strategy. That's not a love story people like to hear. It's not dramatic enough. So they turned it into a scandal. Same actions, different storytelling. Then there's this one, my favorite. Were you manipulating them? Let me ask you something in return. When a man plans ahead, anticipates reactions, and uses information to win, what do you call that? Leadership. When a woman does the same thing, suddenly it's manipulation. Interesting, isn't it? People don't hate manipulation. They hate losing control. Quiet power makes people uncomfortable. I didn't bring armies everywhere. I brought influence. And influence lasts longer than fear. Which leads to the next question. Why did Rome hate you so much? Rome didn't hate me. Rome feared independence. An Egyptian queen who didn't ask permission, didn't beg for protection, and negotiated as an equal. That was the problem. And when you can't control someone, you control the story about them. That's how history works. If you win the war, you write yourself as the hero. If you lose control, you turn your opponent into a warning. So they reduced me. From ruler to lover, from strategist to temptation. Because it's easier to dismiss a woman than to admit she understood the game better than you. Then there's the word everyone remembers. Dangerous. Was I dangerous? Yes. But dangerous to whom? To men who were used to winning without resistance. To empires that didn't like negotiation. Danger isn't always violence. Sometimes danger is clarity. Sometimes it's saying no. Sometimes it's refusing to pretend you don't understand power. Fire is dangerous. So is intelligence. The difference is, intelligence doesn't ask permission. If I lived today, nothing would really change. They wouldn't poison me. They'd cancel me. They'd call me manipulative. They'd call me calculating. They'd call me a threat to stability. Same story. New platform. So here's the real question. Was I a seductress, or was I a strategist who understood people, timing, and power better than the men who wrote about me? You don't have to agree with me, but don't pretend the story was simple, because it never was. I'll let you decide.